What happened last time?
What do we start with?
Always question.
Yeah, it's on this. Yeah, this slide.
We were in camp.
We're in
Start
camp.
the morning after Victor's quote-unquote resurrection.
Victor?
That's Richter.
Yeah. Detective Man.
Yeah. You know, Richter.
Columbo.
Columbo. Yeah, Mr. Columbo.
I'm just gonna assume he's nodding his head.
Yeah.
So,
You were completely
I was
silent.
like, I mean, like that's all right. Like,
no, you just said Richter. Like, hmm?
Yeah,
Like
I
a fucking
heard
dog
Percy
tilting his
say
head.
Victor, so I was like,
Oh,
Victor.
No, Richter.
So anyway, yeah. So we started the morning after. We went and checked on him, and it was clear that he was he's still unconscious.
That's
And they thought that he was going to be awake within an hour 15. But Tolis had the idea. Hey, let me see that cigar from Silas. They handed it over, and then Tolis sort of like crushed it up underneath his nose, and he got a whiff of it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's like Popeye, right? Popeye eating the it like started to power him up." So who went to Fabian?
Me.
Yes, that's what I thought. Silas went up to Fabian to see if they had any cigars.
And wow, lo and behold, he did. How crazy! It was on his shopping list, which came from an unfortunate person. Bellamy.
I don't know
That
what you're
being
talking
said.
about. They meet with a lot of fortune, I feel like.
yeah,
They're very
you just
fortunate.
don't like him.
Exactly.
I'm not saying for invalid reasons, though.
But we got the cigars, I guess. Thanks.
Sure.
Which then increased the likelihood that he would wait, or not decreased the time it would take for him to wake up.
Worth noting, I forget the Briar something brand cigars.
Right, which took over.
Oh
Hellion
no,
Code.
it was
Brimstone.
no Brimstone. There it is.
Brimstone.
Yeah, because they were
This-
both hell related.
Yeah, Brimstone, which acquired the Hellion brand. So
Hellion Co.
Which
Just-
definitely
just
doesn't
a-
feel intimidating in some way, but that's
just,
the point.
just another layer of how did Bellamy know this? How could Bellamy do this?
Because
In the meantime, did Richter wake up before or after our new arrivals got here? Teleported in
I think
Before.
before,
Correct.
but he wasn't out and about yet, right?
Nope.
No.
So he had woken up. We did speak to him somewhat, but we let him rest. What did we tell him about? Basically, just like
Whiskey
it
ain't
gave-
dead yet, and his family's still in danger.
Right. We did tell him that we got his book. We read through it, and that he was going to help us, and he was more than happy to. We also got some new arrivals in camp, teleported in using Silas's circle. Lord Cade Devram, and the hero, the legend, Keaton Hawk.
Yeah, that's
That guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
what a guy.
And the long and short of it is they are both allowed to help us. Only thing is Cade was not allowed to use
Gun.
Lightbringer. Yeah, use his golden gun
Daybreak.
without Daybreak. Thank you. I thought it was Lightbringer. Daybreak without a holy relic of equal power being traded in, or equal importance, I guess. Which we did trade in the form of that not really a puzzle
Artifact?
sphere, but artifact that Ajax was playing with. Turns out it was actually just a
Bomb.
was a
well,
sun.
yeah, it was a bomb. But no,
It is a grenade. Yeah.
it wasn't a puzzle that needed to be solved. It was a word that needed to be said, which was
Brother.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Correct. Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
The grenade in and of itself is a reference to two separate things. If you've ever watched the Van Helsing movie, you've seen one of them. The other one is a lot more obscure.
I thought it was going to be the Holy Hand Grenade.
I thought it was
No,
going to
it's
be
not the
Treasure
Holy Hand.
Planet, but
Treasure
it's
Planet in
the
its
one that,
design, but not in its motif.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If
Just
you ever
like-
played Elder Scrolls for Oblivion, there is a quest line against a bunch of vampire hunters, which one of them turned into a vampire
Oh,
that's
that's
fun.
right.
and began to kill his brethren off. And the only way to
Oh.
unlock the relic was to speak Brotherhood,
Mhm.
which is the dead man's wife does for you once you finish the quest.
Yeah. I feel like there's probably more to it than just it's a sun bomb.
But
But
for our
we'll figure
intents
that
and
out
purposes,
For our intents and
It-
purposes, it's basically a trade-off for a gun.
because it is a bomb that can hurt us as well, as graciously pointed out after we made our decision.
Good times, good times.
Indeed. That all being said, they showed up. Did we just go straight to town after that with Fabian
believe so.
as our speaker?
We all left for town, all collectively.
The mass.
We basically cleaned up camp, I guess, packed it all in,
I mean, yeah.
and made our way into town. They stopped us at the gate. But as soon as Fabian's booming voice came out, clear as day, heard fully across the entire town of Volstad, I believe he was speaking, Celestial, right?
During that moment, no.
Oh, okay.
I think he had a
but
whole monologue that took a
in
little bit, and it was in the span of 7 seconds, 6 seconds, something like that.
6 seconds, I think. Yeah, around, I believe.
Right.
As an action.
And they opened the gates for us. We
Yippee!
walked on in, and we found the town's streets were very bare. Everyone kind of retreating indoors to their homes and whatnot.
Can only wonder why.
We made our way directly to town hall, where the people within sort of gave us a wide berth or just straight up left the room whenever we entered it. All the way to the mayor's office. We spoke with him, got his full cooperation, and with some. We did ask where Captain Brooks was, but he said that he had gone south towards the gate, which, I mean, if we saw the whisk there, it wasn't wearing Rex's face. So, and then with Kasai's suggestion, we were able to convince him to go into protective custody at the bounty hunters outpost.
Quote unquote.
And we saw firsthand Hebe turn blue and her get cold, and that whole chess.
Good times, good times.
Bad times.
Fun stuff.
Escorting the mayor were Zal, Iverson, and March with Sloan. I guess Sloan wouldn't have to come along.
I think it'd be best if she tied along with you.
Yeah.
But
So those three are currently there with the mayor. We went to One for the Road to reunite Father with his family, which we got
Mission
there.
mostly successful.
It's half successful,
Yeah.
yeah. Henrietta was
We'll get
there.
to it.
Henrietta was there, and we gave them a moment as we headed back outside. And as we circled back around the exit to sort of cover that, Alessander saw for the second time. He saw him for the first time when we were approaching town in the first place, but he saw for the second time a figure cloaked in black armor, which he saw for the very first time back at Blair's Village, when Silas and him returned to our what's her name's camp. The
Yeah.
there.
I don't remember the name.
Jastra.
Jastra. Yeah, Jastra's camp. The black armored figure dropped a painting and letting it kind of float down to Alessander, who caught it and Of course, the figure was gone by the time Alexander looked back up. And it appeared to be another painting by Svenja. He, of course, took it to the others. When he looked back at it, he noticed that black figure standing behind Svenja with his hand on her shoulder, kind of leading her someplace. Though no one else could see that figure in the painting, just Svenja. So we figured out, okay, she's been taken by a despondent. Maybe she's in like a dream world. Silas, Silas, thank you for volunteering. Quick chokehold on them. They didn't see anything.
They can't even be mad because they did bring up the idea of choking. It quite literally was their idea. So
Of course, leave it to the bard to bring up the idea of choking.
hey, listen, all right, they're lonely. They miss Evelina.
Morgan, it's not working. You might need to use your thighs. So we gathered everyone up except for the three who broke off earlier, and started banging our heads together.
Start banging.
And we did also inform Richter of this. So with the planning phase sort of happening in between the last session and this session, we decided that we would send a team to retrieve Svenja and lead the Despondent and the Whisk into an ambush that we will set up.
That team that was going to re-kidnap the child for us has gone. Whether or not they've succeeded, we will find out.
Mhm.
One can only hope and pray.
Crazy. It's wild.
I think that's everything.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I will add in one additional detail. You guys will have Samuel showing up within the day.
Oh, right.
It was 17 hours.
From the sending.
From the sending. So probably. I think you probably sent that a little bit later in the evening, so we'll say 9 or 10 o'clock. So, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, thereabout. If my math is right. Of today, you guys are currently. It's around 11 o'clock after all the walking, the talking, the holy hand grenading, that sort of stuff. Let me think. Is there anything else?
There was a nice little moment where March set Sloane loose on the camp, and she flew up to Sajar and had a very enlightening conversation. Apparently, you guys are like hag killers. That's pretty cool.
That's
I don't
pretty
know
cool.
why. I don't know why a little sprite creature, why a little fake creature would be interested in that, but
The world may never know.
Yeah.
That's weird. She's touching the head. It's okay. But yeah, anything else?
I don't believe so. Not that I can think of.
There's nothing missing from my notes that's been mentioned. Or extra.
Nothing huge.
Does Berserk music get flagged? I don't remember. Because some of the music I have is like, this has been blocked by SME. And I'm like, that's dangerous.
Oh, I muted myself. Whoops. No,
Yeah,
Berserk
it's
music in the past has started getting flagged, so don't even try it.
God fucking damn it!
if Mira was alive, this would never happen.
It was fine up until like a few months ago, and then I think recently they announced some new project with Berserk, so it's probably that.
Damn you! There's a new Berserk show coming out, so
There you go.
Whatever.
Which is fucking stupid. It's just like, oh yeah, let's just stop people from enjoying this content. This isn't even like
Listen,
This is
if it's
transformative.
good, if the new show is good, I'll bite the bullet on it. Fair enough. But it has to be good. And the track record so far for Berserk shows being good is it's not great. It's not great.
It is a toggle. It is either complete shit or not bad. There's two options.
I was gonna read it while I was on my business trip, but the internet at my hotel was so like shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't even like log on to prep or read or do anything consistently. It just kept dropping. I had to keep signing in. So at that point, I was too tired. I just gave up. I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, I mentioned that the other day. I'm just like, I expected him to like at least try to hop into his hotel room over like the entire week, but it's like, yeah, I never did. It's like
It was just that
impossible.
shit. And I was that tired as well.
Yeah, I figured it was a tired one.
Both. It was
Hey.
a one-more combo. Alright, well, so there goes playing Berserk music. Okay, this will work, but I need to find a way. It's not a shit ton of rain in the background. Actually, wait. Chrono Trigger music. Probably good, right? Right?
Not Crash, sorry. O has never tested it. It's a game by Square Enix. It's an old game by Square Enix.
We played Octopath music,
Should be fine.
and that gets by.
Yeah, they low-key abandoned Chrono Trigger as like a product and IP anyway, so it's like, yeah, it's probably fine.
Yes.
The newer one got a re-release recently.
We'll put it to the test.
Also, you should just play Chrono Trigger music. It's great.
Okay, I have some other music that we can play if this doesn't work. Not that we would know now if it does
Yeah.
or doesn't work, but
I just wish there was like some easily accessible resource that says, "Oh, this will get your video flagged," but it simply doesn't exist.
yeah, because it has to run in real time. For that, it had to run in real time.
Meh.
Let's go here.
Let's see.
So, now that I've
excellent.
played music and we've gotten around thinking on the permissions, one, someone change the subtitle of the channel because I know you guys do that.
Okay.
Also, Alec as point man for recapping. Take this inspiration cookie. Here you go. Take that.
Oh.
Take that.
This fucking corner. Oh my god.
That's his. He is a huge sized creature, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just funny because it's just like, oh, they're all hanging out. Then, You want to know the nightmare scenario that pops up in my head?
What?
They all return, and it's not. Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be.
Well,
Did-
It's like, hey guys,
Y'all
you
have
saved
our-
Svenja.
It would be a good way to test our theory of how many there are, because we did send more than 5.
we
True.
also all have our marks.
oh,
Also
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, so we would probably know. Well, unless it can mimic that. I don't think it can though.
Unless it sees it.
Regardless.
Yeah, I mean, you could like have a look. I don't
Anyway,
know, but let's
we'll figure
not get
that
into
out later.
Let's not get into that. That's a later problem.
That's a later problem. That's
Sorry,
the
Squad
spirit.
shows up.
We have to triage our problems.
yeah, yeah.
That's a fair way of describing it. So, my friends, what's the plan? You guys have we're fast forward about like an hour or so, enough time for your guys' Black Op team to ready themselves, get their gear ready, swap attunements for related items, stuff like that.
Cast spells.
So, what do you guys do?
We'd have gotten a short rest during this time, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
You just make sure I've got my bardics then.
Do we like tell Henrietta or leave that to the man?
I mean, someone's gonna have to tell her eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt
Yeah.
she's going to go inside and discover that her child is not there. Not quickly.
I imagine Richter's going to do that. Imagine Richter has done that.
At the very least, leave it up to
Just
him.
let me think. You just got back.
Hi, honey, I'm home
He
after
comes back,
years of being
Hey,
gone.
our daughter's
Your
missing.
Oh, first thing he says walking in, hey, kid's gone.
Svenja's
Oh yeah,
gone.
just one more thing. Our kid's gone.
He fucking even sounds.
Milk.
This bitch.
He even sounds like hesitant. He's like, kid's gone.
Don't know what to do about it. Deuces.
I'll
Yeah.
ask you. I'll ask you guys for your input as players. Would you rather he tell?
Oh, absolutely.
I think it would
Yeah,
be-
I think so. I think it.
Better coming, yeah.
Well, he has been gone for.
I guess, but it
No,
also takes
you know what?
responsibility off of us.
I think Allison would probably say to him, If you want to be the one to say it, then by all means. Otherwise, I have told widows before that their husbands have died in battle. This is, well, it's different, but same concept.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh.
It's not really to persuade him. It's more of his belief in your ability to keep that energy rolling. 29? 29 works. Actually, wait.
Huh?
You guys have Kasai. Okay, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
I
We have a
was like,
source of guidance.
yeah, I was like, did you guys give up your source of guidance? Like, no.
I mean, it's still
One
like a
of
26 without it, so it's like, I imagine that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
He thinks about it for a moment.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of it. But
Who can be?
it'd be better coming from all of you. You're the ones closest to what happened. I'll be there with you, though. Gotta assure Henrietta that this will all work out.
And it will.
It will.
You brought me back from the brink, he says with like a weak smile. I have to believe that you can do even better. Come on. He grabs for a cigar and lights it.
Man needs it.
You guys go in, and I don't think I can do it justice as a GM. Watching a mother break down, having her child abducted less than 15 feet away from her. That being said, her shock is, with your guys' assistance and words, pretty quickly replaced by this sense of fury.
Better.
It doesn't take an insight roll to tell. There might be times where, depending on the situation, she might, how to say, overextend. So just be mindful of such. There's a certain franticness and desperation to her if it comes to saving her child. And at times you guys can see similar in Richter, but he has the training and wherewithal to put that reckless thinking aside for the greater scheme of things. But it's there. Tucked away. But it's there. When you guys leave the one for the road, you guys leave Henrietta and Richter to discuss what's happening going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And to put it simply, Richter can't give such answers to his beloved wife simply because, well, you guys need to decide what the plan is going forward. And he can't answer for you. You guys have already sent off your Black Ops team. They've left, I don't know, an hour ago. Maybe a little less than an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's still daylight out, so assuming that Richter's distance gauging is accurate, and assuming that they're going at a normal, quote-unquote, normal pace for marching and trekking and forest travel, they'll probably be in the Whisks area at night, for better and worse.
Ooh.
Better for them to go undetected, but
There's a reason Amber grabbed the Gloomstalker feature.
mm-hmm.
And I'm not confirming or denying anything at this point. Again, we'll say that for later. But let it be known that that UT unit that Amber has, the one that allows her to attack on Titan stuff, can hit people and pull them and it has a range of 100 feet. So if it needs to happen, she will shoot Svenja and pull her. If that needs to
We
happen,
can heal that. We can
Oh
heal a
my
UT unit to the
God.
chest.
If that needs to happen, that's what she'll do. She's not going to use it immediately, but
Look,
hope
Spider-Man
not.
did the same thing, and it didn't tragically end or anything like that. It did.
Shut up.
I
was-
can hear
that
that right
Chick's
now.
fine.
Yeah, that was gravity. That killed her. Anyway, so yeah, I guess first order of business would be picking an ambush spot. In which case, I would defer to Vincent, but he's not here. So Blair was in that team, and she's not here. So that leaves Altani and Zal was with
Zal and Voss, Zal and Iverson went with March to the Bounty Hunters outpost.
Oh no, sorry. I'm talking about
Like patrol
when
crew?
yeah, when Vincent went out and they got that jerky.
And Tesco.
That was Vincent, yeah.
Of course, that was sort of to like the northeast of town, right?
Correct.
But
It was out of the walls, yeah, a bit down the road. Well, more than a little bit down the road.
But we sent out several parties that sort of surveyed the landscape around the town.
That you
The
did.
spy was one of them. Yeah. So
The question is, what sort of ambush site are you guys looking for? Urban, rural,
probably
underground?
I almost
'Cause
want to lean underground
I mean, I'm kind of
because
dubious
it's
about.
less
Yeah.
maneuverability for that thing.
Mhm.
Like if we have a tunnel, that thing almost fills a tunnel, so it can't move around as much. But we still have some form of movement.
Keep in mind, it can't shapeshift. So it could just be smaller, if it wants to.
But also in a tunnel, there's two places for it to run to, and if we block off those two places, where's it running?
Exactly.
It would have to go.
As
through
opposed
us.
to if we're in a city, we know it can jump to the top of a building. If we're in
And also,
the forest, it can
in a
disappear into the
sewer-
bushes.
in a sewer, it can't turn into trees or anything like that.
We would know.
Turn into shit in theory.
Is that organic matter?
Keep
I
in
mean,
mind
yeah.
that if you guys fight it in the sewer, you guys are locked in a bit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's the fucking Watchmen situation. I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me.
Me. We just gotta figure out which one of us can get that advantage first.
Before
Yeah.
No, it's
to-
about making the
to
advantage.
the planning. Let's see. Venson does have a nexus aspect, and he's with that team. All right, so never mind. I just wanted to make sure we had a line of communication between us and that team, which Venson has a nexus aspect, so we're good.
Nice.
Um,
As long as he doesn't die.
well, in that case, someone else can just pick it up. Easy.
There we go.
Yeah, your guys' next party can pick it up.
Man, why is there a bunch of
Uh,
dead adventurers here? What's this weird thing?
Let's see. Fighting the city we fight to play with. I mean, I was kind of dubious about leaving into the city, but
Little creature.
there's an entrance to the sewer outside of town. Kind
Correct.
of.
Well, there's two.
What's the other one?
There's one that leads towards the waterway, and then there's another one that leads out to the south area.
The south area.
Oh, didn't know that.
And whereabouts are they heading to get Svenja?
Northwest, this direction.
Okay, so the one
Yeah,
on
where
the
they are
lake
at.
side would be
Closer.
the quickest route. In which case, and I assume we're telling them all this before they leave, right?
Well, it was my understanding that you guys are just sending them to save Svenja. Not because luring the Whisk miles is like, to use Block Watch terms, luring a Type 6 and you're not 7.
Oh.
You're gonna get caught up to and you're gonna get trounced. That thing doesn't tire. You
And-
do.
Right, in which case, ambushing them in town would not be possible. At least not while using Svenja as bait.
You guys
Uh.
can also evacuate the town if need be. You guys have martial law essentially put in place. No one's gonna question the Lord's authority that you guys have.
Mhm.
Hey,
and
wait
I
a
guess
second.
if
I
they
don't want to
wanna-
leave my house.
If they want,
Gestures at
if they want
giant
to
purple
voice, if they want to voice their complaints, they can voice them at Chaplain Fabian, which is like voicing your complaints to a commissar in the Imperial Guard. It's not a good idea.
Do it. See what happens.
Fuck
I
around
want
and find out.
entertainment.
So then, would it be best to ambush them? I mean, it wouldn't be best to ambush them in the wilderness while the evac team is making their escape, but
unless we make it a very specific scenario, I think the wilderness is kind of the worst option.
It's just a question of what you guys are asking for. The wilderness certainly has a lot in terms of concealment. If you guys can work that to your advantage, then good job. The town itself has concealment and cover, whereas the sewers is a lot of cover, but little concealment.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is go around the corner, and then you have suddenly several feet of stone between you and the target. Yeah, they're not shooting through that.
Yeah. And I don't think aiming for concealment is the best idea. Because we've kind of proven in the past that it can beat us when it comes to stealth or perception.
Risky thing to say for the Black Ops team.
Well, they're the best case scenario in that case for them.
Yeah, all the stuff is amongst us, barring some choices. But regardless, I like the sewers as an ambush point the most, but I just don't know how we would lure it down there. Both of them down there.
How we would what with both of them? Get them down there?
Lure them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they are into the sewers. Because they're not dumb. They're going to look at that and be like, okay, well.
Yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, if we could spin it, and I'm not saying we can, but if we could spin it so that, I mean, the best part of an ambush is they don't know it's coming. That the despondent wants to fight us, right? If he doesn't have any leverage on us, hopefully he'll come to us. If he doesn't, well, fuck, I don't know. Huh?
Does he want to fight us?
He seems to come off as more of just wanting the story to go down a bad route.
Yeah.
Which direct conflict with us is a potential there, but his initial, from the painting we saw, the initial come up of what he's trying to do is to just basically corrupt Svenja.
Yeah.
Or just have them lead
lead her down a specific path.
Yeah. So how do we get them to go there? I think getting them in town isn't impossible. Specifically in the sewers is a little more difficult. But if we could get them in town and just collapse part of it into the tunnels, well, then it defeats the purpose of it being in the sewers, doesn't it? Because they're still.
We're also wrecking the town.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys will have the funding to repair it, right?
Yeah. And we do have potential access to explosives with the very, very legal cousin.
Oh, yes.
Okay. What are the options? It's town, maybe the sewers, forest.
Town ambush, sewers ambush, forest ambush.
Are 3 locations?
Lake ambush? Is that a possibility?
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm asking if it is. I'm not saying it is.
I mean, it's a possibility. I just don't know what benefits that would have.
Ajax will be finishing out the project Amber began and did a lot of the work on, so he's just swoop in on the group project, be like, "We worked on." No, I was kidding. She was working on a toxin, and he's gonna try to finish it out. He's not an alchemically minded or trained person, but she gave him some general direction, so we'll see if he figures it out or not. That being said, I did roll his survival because he is like sort of a designated, not monster hunter, but monster slayer. It's not his job to hunt them; it's his job to deal with them once they show up, like a witcher. He will remark something for your considerations. We can't assume every weapon we have is going to work against it. Something like that. Something that nasty. It has to have some trick up its sleeve. It doesn't get to the top of the food chain by being fortunate or lucky.
Alright.
So you think it would be immune to some things?
I don't think collapsing stones on it would do anything to it.
Well, you think mundane traps or mundane actions would do nothing to it.
Most likely. If nothing else, because it will regenerate any injury.
True. And it also seems... When I struck it, it felt as if it was hitting a tree, so it might just have natural resistance to any type of damage.
Likely
Potentially.
does.
If we are to set up any traps, they shouldn't be ones meant to hurt. They should be ones to give us setup.
Potentially to box him in, perhaps.
If we're able to
Set
box it
up-
in somehow, I'll be pretty impressed, but yes.
Set up an environment more convenient.
If nothing else, they're get-out cards for us to use in the field. It's like playing Dead by Daylight and you're getting chased by the killer and then you drop a pallet on him and stun him for 3 seconds. And then, then they flame you on the forums.
Okay. Do we know? Okay, so Shapechangers traditionally have a weakness to moonlight. Do we have any way to possibly use that to create, I don't know, some almost a barrier to keep it in a certain area? I don't think we really have access to
Yeah, but
anything to
we
do
just-
intense moonlight, honestly.
Yeah,
What can Sajar's
none of us
sword
have
do?
Moonbeam or anything, do we? So, something similar.
What was that question, Alk?
What does Sajar's sword do? And then also, if Kasai has access to druid spells, she has Moonbeam. Unless she doesn't
True.
have it
Should we
prepared.
just need to reset it on a
yes.
long rest?
Correct. Let me
Kinda
see if she has
possible.
it. Let me see if she happens to have it prepared. As for Sajar's weapon, it radiates or it emits moonlight when it strikes and can do like an arc of moonlight, but it doesn't make like a lance or like a wall with it.
I think he has the Jade Reactor, which does...
It
Can't
stores a
that
second level spell. Or 2 first level spells. She does not have Moonbeam equipped.
Damn.
With all this
With all the Shapechanger shit going
shape
on?
changer sleuthing going on, she didn't.
The
She
things
didn't
we've
think
been
to-
looking into the last 2
all
days?
the other things that she's grabbed are probably things you want more.
Yeah.
Like Healing Word, Pro Good Evil, Mass Cure Wounds, Tree Stride for fast travel, Passive Out Trace, which is she was totally the one that cast it into the
Yeah.
ring. Yeah, she's the support pick, not the offense pick. Remember that.
I think the only thing that Moonbeam even offers against shape changers is